Working on a Simplex steam locomotive, Part 23, restocking my small parts department as I never like to run out of essential items. Some of the small fixings on this engine need replacement, and everything is dirty. I remove the other wheels, then I use my parts washer to clean them. In the post this morning I received these brass washers that I ordered from Blackgates Engineering, along with 200 copper rivets. These small plastic drawers contain different size BA nuts and bolts. In the 10BA hex drawer, I always keep this special spanner that's a great fit on 10BA bolts. Normally I always keep washers in the same place as the nuts and bolts, so the 5BA washers go in the 5BA drawer, the 10BA washers into the 10BA drawer, and yes, you've guessed it, the 6BA washers are going to go into the 6BA drawer. This seems to be a very logical thing to me, and it allows me to pick from the drawers the same size nuts, bolts and washers at the same time. You may have noticed I have a plaster on my thumb. I injured myself. And how did I do this? Well, it was quite simple. I actually did it whilst unscrewing a nut from a bolt on the chassis. A very small, very sharp piece of steel went deep into my thumb, and the reason I have a plaster on it is because I did some surgery on my thumb, using nail clippers and a lot of alcohol to act as an antiseptic. I don't mean drinking the alcohol, I just use the alcohol on the nail clippers to prevent any bacterial infection. And as I'm about to continue this very dirty job, I thought a plaster would be a good idea. With the last of the washers deposited in the respective drawer, it's back to the job, starting with removing the drain cock operating lever. This bolt is a bit bent, I don't know how it got like that, but the only way to remove it is to break off the end of it, which I'm doing with a pair of pliers like this. There it goes. And then I'm applying some side pressure to the middle part so I can just screw the bolt out. I'm dismantling the braking system. This is very dirty and it was very fiddly. Some of the nuts and bolts on this engine are reluctant to part company. But eventually they let go, and here they are with all the other parts in a small plastic box at the side of me. In this clip I'm about to remove the rear wheel set, in exactly the same way as I removed the middle wheel set. First of all, I unbolt the horn keeps from the horn blocks, and for this I'm using my special socket driver that has a slot in the top to take a small ratchet lever. 4 more bolts to go into the pot, and then I just slide the wheel set out of the horn blocks. The good news is the axle boxes are quite a good fit in the horn blocks. In this clip I'm removing the centre brake beam. This was very straightforward. I just removed the nuts at each end and lifted out the crossbeam from the brake hangers. The next job is to disconnect the eccentric rod from the eccentric on the axle, which drives the axle pump's ram. It also operates the lubricator, that's what the other rod is for. First of all, I undo the lock nuts using 2 spanners, then remove both of the nuts, after which all I need to do is withdraw the bolt and the mechanism is free. I'll leave the link rod to the oil pump as it is for the moment. Time to remove the front wheel set. The bolts on the horn keeps were quite tight, so I fitted the ratchet lever to the end of the special socket screwdriver. Doing it this way, all the bolts were loosened easily, and here I'm removing them. But to my surprise, once I removed the bolts, the horn keeps were firmly stuck to the horn blocks. But by shocking them with my copper-faced hammer, eventually they loosened up. I think they must have been stuck to the paint. And now, as you can see, it was a very simple job to just slide out the front wheel set. This clip shows the linkage arrangement for opening and closing the drain cocks. This is the linkage that I had to straighten because it was badly bent. In a future episode I will check that these drain cocks work okay, and if they do, that's fine, and if they don't, I will change them. This engine is very dirty, very much like my 7¼ titch was very dirty. I used to clean the wheels and rods, but never cleaned the chassis, because every steam locomotive that I used to see when I was a child, the chassis was very grimy. I was born in 1953, so in my early days I lived through the end of steam, and it was tragic to see the state of the steam locomotives running on British railways. In this clip I'm removing the reversing lever column and the block which supports it. There's some good basic engineering here. The block is a perfect fit on the frames, and the holes in the block are only just a clearance fit for the long bolts. Now I can handle the locomotive without breaking parts of it off. And here is the chassis sat over the parts washer. Obviously it's too long to fit in the parts washer, but I'm just getting rid of some of the grime with the brush. The next part of the job I think is to use my steam cleaner, and I would normally do this on my picnic table outside the workshop. And that's it for this episode. I'd just like to say stay healthy, thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Now where did I put my steam cleaner? Please take the time to visit my main Steam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.